All right, says we're live. Hello, everybody. It is good to have you here with us here at Wood Spun Around. We've got going to have some fun today. Um, I'll tell you about the wood and everything here in just a minute. Before I do, let me bring these guys out of the closet. There's Ruby and Wayne. They're going to
Good evening,
keep us
everyone.
all entertained tonight and answer your questions, relay your questions, whatever it might be. Uh, Share your dad jokes, whatever we got going on today. So, just so you can see who it is in the background, it's Ruby and Wayne, and I am so grateful to both of them for helping us out as we do these lives. So, back in the background you go. Come on, there we
Best
go.
place for us.
I don't know about that. I've got a piece of that wood I found in the park on the firewood pile. Has some nice spalting in it, as you can see there. Also has a little bit of rot. That's a knot there, about half the knot rotted around that spalting. Spalting's on both ends, so some nice color in it. No bark whatsoever. That's the outer part of the wood and dirt and age and whatnot. I have drilled it for a wormwood screw, so we're going to do that. I drilled it, put it on, took it off, put some CA in those threads because it's a little soft, so it should stay on now with a little CA. So I'm going to get it on the lathe and get going here and let these guys kind of decide for us who's going to take care of what and who's going to read off our chat and all that fun stuff tonight.
Well, if you have any problems with your screw chuck, Wayne's an expert at them.
Especially getting it off.
Yeah,
Wait,
that was a particularly hard piece of wood, not a very soft
Absolutely.
one.
Absolutely. Well, camel thorn, is that what it was?
It was camel thorn, yes.
Yeah, yeah. One of these days I'll run across some of it. And then I'll know what you were talking about.
hey, Wayne, I'll let you flip the coin and decide which of us reads it off.
Okay, coins flipped. I'll do it.
Okay.
That was quick.
Quick
Yeah,
and easy.
you're faster than I am.
Okay, I'm up at the top of the chat, and Alex Wurzel is the first one in, certainly on my chat. Evening, Alex. Oh, obviously Ruby's here. Ronald Todd from the West Bank of New Jersey is here. Malcolm Douglas is in, and Norman Greenwell. Larry's in. Hi, Larry. Now this chat is going to start jumping all over the place, since I've gone right back to the top. Chris Charlton's in. Paul Norfolk Hunter is in. Johnny's in. Evening, Johnny. Must be you on your lunch break already, Johnny? Thomas Kenny's in.
Okay.
Oh, that didn't work.
Not at all. That's all right. We know how to fix
Got a
that.
Glenn Cove's in. Roger Kent. Al Dawson. Bert Bulls. I'm still going down. Andrew Wibby Woodshed. And Ronald Todd has just said, good luck keeping that on the lathe today, Doug. Ray, no, can't pronounce that.
Apodaca.
Dakar Timberworks, anyway, is in
Yeah.
as well.
Good to see you,
Haley's
Ray.
here. Evening, Haley.
Hi, Haley.
Ray's another one that's supposed to be working right now.
All right. And that's me down at the bottom. If I have missed anyone, I do apologize. Stick another comment in and I'll make sure I get your name read out.
I think you got everyone that time, Wayne.
Good. Oh, Dale's just come in. Evening,
Hey,
Dale.
Dale. All right, that's better. We're between centers now.
and Zed has joined us. Hi, Zed.
Oh
Evening,
no.
Zed.
Hey Zed. Oh me.
And I'll wish everyone a happy April Fool's Day.
I've kind of enjoyed the meme that's been going around. It started yesterday. It said, "Tomorrow's April Fool's Day. Don't believe anyone or anything you see or read or hear, just like any other day." All right. Between centers now, it shouldn't go anywhere. Ah, the joys of turning sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
And Todd is asking Zed if he has a premiere for later on. And if you do, Zed, stick the link in.
This chunk of wood does have a rather sizable knot. That's what I'm hitting right now and kind of going through. Everything should speed up as soon as I get out of that.
Oh, and Zed says he'd be sharing his link, but he just discovered that the video launched already, so it's already up.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
That's happened to me a couple times. It drives me crazy when it does.
Well, he did put the link in, though. Hey, Lewis has joined us. Hi, Lewis.
Hey, Lewis. Good to see you.
He's been getting hit with a lot of snow lately.
Yeah.
We've got that other storm coming through tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Zed put the wrong time in for his premiere, so that's why it's already up. Anthony Green's just come in.
Hey, Anthony.
I had one video I was trying to do as a premiere, and I am positive. I even went back and checked that I had the right time and everything. AM, PM was all correct. Lo and behold, it didn't set as a premiere. It was instantly on. I was a little upset about it because I really wanted it as a premiere.
Now, Dale says it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit colder today than yesterday. And basically, we've been having the same weather up here, Dale.
Well, we had yet another glorious sunshine day today.
Good.
Well,
Had the patio doors open all day again, and we've got the same for the next few days as well.
That's great.
Well, today I've got sunshine and blue skies, but sorry, Lewis, they're sending me another storm up tomorrow, and it'll probably head your way.
Nah.
Yeah, we didn't get any ice with the last storm. We were exceptionally lucky. It bypassed us.
Well, that's great.
Although just north of here, they did get quite a bit, and unfortunately, I'm going to encounter it when I drive up to do a club demo next week.
Vineyard Farmhouse has just come in. Good evening
Hey.
or good afternoon.
Good to see you, Brian.
And for those who just joined us, this is a piece of fogwood or fib wood found in the bin.
Yeah. Literally was in a firewood pile outside of a state park.
Lewis has said he had over 40 robins on his lawn on Sunday. Then we got ice pellets. It makes it rough for them. It's unusual seeing that amount of robins because they don't usually like each other.
Yeah, the last couple of years we've started to see flocks of robins, which is highly unusual. And ours came back about 2 weeks ago, and for us, that's a sign of spring.
Yeah. See if I can get a little more speed here. All right, that's up to 700 now.
And Ray says that At 6 in the morning, it's supposed to start rocking and rolling where he is. They had to close the Mighty Mac because of ice from Sunday's storm.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ray thinks you might be turning some apple.
Hmm.
And Lewis commented, shake, rattle, and roll.
Yes, absolutely.
And Dale says his bulbs are starting to sprout. Actually, believe it or not, I have some daffodils that have actually come out in full bloom.
Oh, we've had daffodils in full bloom for weeks.
Well, the lilac bush out back my house just has tiny buds on the ends. I don't know why, but Lewis says I may have to charge an extra 25% to you, Doug, tomorrow. That's right. Tomorrow is the 2nd of April. So it's going to cost you an extra 25%.
Yeah, these earworms don't come cheap.
No, sure don't.
For those that aren't aware of it, tomorrow is when the American tariffs go into place here in Canada.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, Lewis says good ones aren't cheap, Wayne.
Yeah, we pay standard rate around here, which I have on good authority.
Well, the thing is, you can't put tariffs on earworms because we're not importing or exporting anything.
That's true. That's true. All right. Working on getting these corners off here. Then we can.
I found for roughing something like that out, that's when I'll quite often use my Easy Wood roughing gouge.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
square one.
Now, I watched a video the other day with Stuart Batty turning doing a demo for a wood turning club, and I've got to say that 40-40 grind that he uses just gets rid of wood so quick.
Yeah. Now, Lewis says that you pay by the year's experience, $1 per hour per year. And Doug, you have the highest earworm cost on YouTube.
Yep.
That's why he tries to make sure he keeps it to the hour, Lewis. I mean, really, when you think about it, Wayne and I are both international. So that makes it even harder on poor Doug.
Yep.
I tell you what, it is not lost on me how international a group we are. Here
Oh,
I am in the backwoods of
absolutely.
Kentucky, and then I've got Canada, I've got Scotland, we've got viewers from all the other parts of the world. It's not lost on me. I promise you.
Well, I think for me, the nicest part about the wood turning has been the people from all over that I've met. And then, like this year, I got to meet Wayne in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last year.
Technically, I guess you're right. Ron says his forsythia turned yellow 2 days ago, which means the shadfish are running. Well, you must be a lot further south than I am, Ron.
When I was in Louisville, there used to be a gardening expert who would say when the forsythia blooms, you could take that as a sign there was no more frost.
And Fred Day has joined us. Good evening. He's coming in from the county of Kent, and he said the temperature is 6 Celsius or 46 Fahrenheit, but it feels a whole lot colder. But he is having a lovely sunny day.
It's still warmer than that up here, Fred.
And Todd has put in, and we all have a universal disdain for politicians.
Yes, regardless of your politics, we can have an equal disdain of politicians themselves.
And Walt Wybrew has joined us. Welcome, Walt.
Even
Hey, Walt.
You know how there's, I can't remember the proper term, but group names for things like a murder of crows and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You always did. My favorite one, and I don't even know if this is real or if I've just made it up, but it's a liar of politicians.
I like that one. And Dale is reminding Todd that he forgot lawyers too.
Yeah, they fit right in. Well, most politicians are lawyers, I guess.
Wow.
So. I do have a cousin who is he was on the Coast Guard and came out of the Coast Guard and went to dental school, paid for by the Coast Guard. Then when he retired as a dentist, he went into local politics. And I'm not even sure I can trust him. I think I can, but.
And Chris says that a French millionaire was showing off his fantastic yacht collection. This is un, deux, trois, quatre, and this is six. Where is the fifth one? Fifth one is sank.
Mike Evans has just come in. Evening, Mike. And hey, Heather's Mike. Just come in as well.
Heather, how you doing?
Hi, Heather. Heather, by the time I get up your way next week, make sure all the snow is off the highways, okay? Looks like you finally hit some solid wood there, Doug.
Yeah, I got all the bark off and all that kind of stuff, and still got this bad area right there. It's pretty, but it's not the best wood in the world. Kind of see the punkiness. Nice little island there of solid wood, punky all around it. Of course, that's all pith, and some of that I'm going to bring it down pretty close to the top of that when I turn it around. Just a little touch of bark right there, but I think I'm not going to worry about that. But other than that, everything looks good.
Yeah, you might have to stabilize those areas.
Yeah. Okay. Had a little cough attack there. Had a cold there a few weeks ago, and ever since then, it just kind of hits out of the blue. Have these little fits of coughing.
And Zed says he constantly finds himself walking into a room and forgetting why he went in there. So he's putting memory foam insoles in his shoes in hopes that helps.
Doubt it, Zed. However, that is a real phenomenon, and the way you combat it is walk back out of the room and then come back in. Something
No, if
about
I
going
do, if I do that, I can't remember why I walked back out of the room.
well,
I
if you
was
don't remember, then don't worry
thinking
about it.
the same, Wayne.
Oh me. Yeah, that's a psychological phenomenon that is real. People think it's not real, but it really is. You can walk out, walk back out of the room, and then come back in. Typically, you'll remember when, as you walk out, you remember why.
And Frederick Deere said he built himself a wedgie sled today and made a few rings. He enjoyed that, so another bowl on its way.
There you go. All right. Well, let's see. I don't think I'm quite ready. I know I'm
Oh,
not
Baz is in. Evening, Baz.
There's no Bernie this week. We've done some Bernie in past weeks, but not this week. All right, get
That'd be too pretty to burn.
that out. Oh, turn my speed back down. Then we can do a little bit of sanding.
And Zed asked the librarian if they had any books on paranoia, and she whispered they're right behind you. Guess I should have started this with lathe in reverse. There we go. I'd kind of Look,
quit. I'd kind of quit doing the reverse sanding, and then somebody said something in one of the videos I watched one day, and I thought, when I was doing that, it really made a difference.
well, when you go in one direction, the fibers come up in that direction. When you go in
Exactly.
reverse, you take them down.
Yeah, and yeah, I can take this funky wood to smooth a lot quicker by alternating the direction that I'm sanding in. I did put the super glue on the funky areas, but you can see right there it's a lot better. Still got some chippy kind of stuff. I'm not going to worry about it too much. You'll see why here in just a minute. Um, we're going to ebonize this. Um, I hope. I hope it's going to actually ebonize.
You mean you're going to ebonize it?
I am going to ebonize it, or I'm going to try to ebonize it. I'll say it that way. You never know. You never know. Forward. Can you all hear the dust extractor?
Nope.
No? Okay. It is on. It is loud to me.
No,
But
can't hear a thing on that.
good. Now, down here, we're solid wood. It feels really good. When I get up here, I can feel the unevenness, which is not a super big deal, really. Reverse again.
Now, when you ebonize this, what is the mixture you're going to use?
I'm going to use iron acetate. I bought some very inexpensive steel wool, 4/0 steel wool. I washed it in my utility sink, used soap and water, and got all the oil that's in it from the production process. Got all that oil out, and I put it in a jar, a plastic jar, with some cleaning vinegar. It's got a little higher acid content than your normal household uh, vinegar, and so yeah, It's been sitting now, and I shake it up every time I come in. But it's been sitting for about 2 weeks here in the shop. I've heard that it will accelerate it getting ready if you'll put it out in the sunshine. I guess the sun heats it up to the jar that you put it in, whether it's plastic or glass.
Walt Wybrew says he made a bowl and video from the hackberry you gave him.
Ah, cool. Look forward to
And Lucy's just come in. Good evening, Lucy.
it. He's sweet potato.
Hi, Lucy.
All right. Now that that's taken care of, we can turn that noisemaker off. Still got some pitting in there. I don't think I'd ever get rid of that. This side's not quite as bad.
And Gab has
around that end
joined.
grain.
Evening, Gav.
Hey, Gav. How you doing, bud?
Oh dear. Heather says, bring my chainsaw. Trees are down everywhere from the freezing rain on the weekend. You're going to get hit again tomorrow after it hits me.
And Mama Sneaks has just come in as well.
Hey, Mama. Always good to have Mama sneaks in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I did.
Made it too small?
I made it too small. I know how to fix it, I think. I know I do.
Right, Ray said it didn't have to be that fussy. He put 5 pads of steel wool we're talking about here, straight out of the bag into a gallon jug of white cider vinegar, left the cap off, and in 2 weeks it was good to go and stains oak black.
Yep.
The good thing now, for anybody that hasn't tried this, the ebonizing with the steel wool mixture, you've got to have a wood, or is generally accepted, you've got to have a wood with a high tannin content.
Yes.
And oak has a really high tannin content.
Mm-hmm.
This wood we don't know about because we don't know what it is.
That's the truth. That is the truth. All right. That's my tenon is too big for this one, too small for the other. So we put it back between centers and we'll reduce that tenon a little more. No problem.
Mike's just come in from dances.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike. He's wondering if Terry wasn't supposed to be on today.
No, Terry was on Sunday, Mike.
Yep. Or was there a hidden meaning there?
No, it's that might be an April Fool's one, because he said,
"Oh, okay, gotcha."
Yeah, I just woke up. What day is it, and who am I?
There you go. There you go.
Hey, Mike, I really like that last piece you made up. If you haven't seen his last pieces, you should go and check them out.
Definitely.
Tell you what, he does some incredible work. I remember somebody grilling you, Wayne, one time on why you turn your banjo on an angle like that, and you just saw why. Turn it the other way, and you can't get your hand down in there to tighten it up.
Tighten it up.
All right. Back on where we were. I'm going to run it up to 1,000 RPMs. Again, with my skew, we're going to reduce the size of this tenon just slightly. It wasn't much too big, but it was too big to go in that.
Ray says he takes his staining solution and runs it through multiple coffee filters because he doesn't want steel fragments in the workpieces.
Yes. That would be ideal. You're right.
And Ron Todd says he's used that technique to ebonize pieces in the past and he wasn't happy. And Mark Soleil suggested to him that he use a leather dye instead, and he thinks that worked much better.
I used it. I remember way back when I used iron tablets, ferrous sulfate tablets, and just crushed them up in water, and that worked quite well as well.
Okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah,
So
just about
Lucy is
anything you
asking
want.
Zed, and Lucy was the only one in Zed's premiere earlier on, because the time had been set wrong. But she's asking Zed, are you going to show it again later? I believe you can get that option, Zed, of resetting the time. You might be able to go back into that video and actually reset the time as a premiere.
All right, now that I've got that where it actually fits in a chuck, let's have a little play. And it is a little play, simply because I've not done this before. I've seen it done an awful lot. Here's my jar.
I hope you're going to cover your bed, Waze.
Well, I probably should. Now that you say that, that's a grand idea, because this will rust your bed. Dun, dun, dun. It needs the idea of running it through some filters is a great idea. I probably will, now that I think it's should be ready. It took a little while to change colors, but it did change colors. It goes from being clear but to being this ugly, nasty looking mess. So let's just see if it'll do anything. Of course, it goes on fairly clear, but I can almost instantly see it's darkening just a touch. We'll see if it keeps on. It doesn't smell bad because it smells like vinegar.
Oh, you should get some fries then. Oh, wait a minute. You guys don't use vinegar on your fries. You use ketchup.
Some people do. I don't eat fries, so it doesn't matter. All right. I don't know if this wood's got any.
I think it's got a lot of character without it.
Yeah, if it doesn't do anything, that's okay, because we're going to use some other color here in a minute to go along with that.
No, and Ray says he uses ranch dressing.
Yeah, yeah.
But it really depends on your preference. When I was over in Germany, in the forces, and Lucy's husband will probably agree with me here that it always used to be mayonnaise.
Yeah, yeah.
On fries.
My dad went through a spell where he was using tartar sauce on French fries. I thought that was so weird.
I can't say I've ever heard of either being used.
Yeah. Or the other strange one.
Ruby, whenever you've been in France, did you have fries in France? Because I'm sure in France they put mayo on the fries there as well.
No. I only remember using salt and pepper and vinegar.
Okay.
I took a group of teenagers to Canada, Toronto, and they went mad over potato chips with vinegar and salt and pepper.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you know what we refer to mayonnaise or ketchup as?
Sauce?
No, we refer to it as American gravy.
Oh, okay. Well, just about. That's about the truth.
Okay, let's see what's going on here. Lucy said yes, Andy has mayo and ketchup with chips. Zed has said he can't seem to re-premiere the video. Norman has said, pomfrets mit mayo. Yep, I remember them well, Norman.
Hmm.
Ron is talking about the ebonize and stuff. My concoction made it darker, but not to ebony standard. Again, it really all depends on the wood that you're trying it on.
Absolutely.
And Ray
Mike,
said,
yeah, sorry, Mike has said that yeah, mayo on fries is normal in France.
and Ray says he thought Canadians like gravy and cheese. Some do, my Ray.
Another pass and then get past that tear out there that made a mess a while ago.
Are you going to angle the corner in or out?
I'm just going to round it.
Okay.
When that worm screw pulled out, it took a big chunk out of all the way out through the side. I was just
Hmm.
getting past it to begin with. I think I got
Lucy,
there.
yeah, we're still on the chips thing here, or fries, as people call them. Also, lots of melted cheese on chips.
Oh, chili. Get a big pile of fries and put chili and melted cheese on them. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's what we call loaded fries.
Yeah, yeah. Or y'all would call them loaded chips, wouldn't you?
And well,
Yes.
Zed calls them basically nachos, but fries instead of chips.
Yeah, yeah.
And Alex says that chips should be between bread and butter.
Yeah, you can't beat the chip sandwich.
Mike, the piece that flew came off when he took the screw out.
Yeah, that was in the first
The
2
worm
minutes.
screw.
That was like the second pass.
And Lewis has come in with poutine.
That's French fries with gravy. Poutine is a French word.
I thought that was the cheese curds, is it not? Poutine?
All right, he's trying to come off that tenon now.
Well, they do have cheese in there too.
All right. Anthony Green has said, a friend of mine just introduced me to currywurst, which is a German sausage in a hot dog roll with glorious curry sweet sauce on. Yeah, currywurst is very nice. That tends to be a bockwurst type of sausage rather than a bratwurst type of sausage. A bratwurst is a fried sausage. A bockwurst is something similar to a hot dog, but better.
Just about anything's better than a hot dog.
And Micah said he discovered bacon salt recently. There's no going back now. I don't know anything about that, Mike.
Neither do I.
What did he discover?
Bacon salt.
Bacon salt.
Lucy has said, question, what are curds? When you make cheese, Lucy, when you put the whey into the milk to make the cheese, it basically, sorry, I said that wrong. When you're making cheese, you get two parts of the cheese. You get the curds and you get the whey. The whey tends to be the liquid part, and the curds tend to be the solid part, which goes into forming the cheese.
Zed's put a good explanation there. And Lucy said that cottage cheese belongs in the bin.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'd agree with Lucy there. I can't stand the stuff.
What, the cottage cheese goes in the bin?
Yeah,
I like it. So. In fact, I put it on almost every salad that I eat.
And
Ate a salad for lunch today.
Todd says that chewing on cheese curds are like chewing on pencil erasers. Certainly
and
gives a clear picture.
Mike has said he found the bacon salt at Farm Foods. Now, Farm Foods is a market over here that just specializes in frozen food, with some extra bits in the shop as well. We've got there's two main ones over here: Farm Foods and Iceland.
There are parts in the U.S. where they take small pieces of cheddar cheese or very sharp cheddar cheese and fry it. They call that cheese curds.
All right.
Well, I know one thing. If you ever want a beautiful trip, a place to go for a vacation for scenery, go to Iceland. It's a beautiful country. That looked like a good cut, Doug.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Just trying to work my way down to the bottom here.
I think I've only ever had for Iceland. I've only ever had a stopover in Iceland. That was flying from UK to Canada.
I got to spend 2 weeks there traveling the whole country photographing it on a job.
Oh, very nice.
People were friendly. They spoke English. It was very clean. Food was good. And the small woodlot has joined us. Welcome.
Good evening.
Hi, Pat.
Yeah, Mike said another volcano erupted today, very close to. I don't know how to pronounce that one either.
Grindelbach.
Okay.
Yeah, after I come home from Iceland, they released that movie Volcano, and I'm watching it, and these guys are standing on the side of some cement road barriers, watching the lava run down the road in front of them. And I'm thinking to myself, if that was real lava, you wouldn't be able to get anywhere near that close enough to watch it running by.
Yeah.
Because even from half a mile away from it, you can feel the intense heat from the lava.
People don't understand how hot lava really is, do they?
No. Basically, it's molten metal and rock.
Sure, yeah. Thousands and thousands of degrees.
Well, one thing a lot of people don't realize is that Yellowstone Park itself is the crater of a very large ancient volcano.
Right.
Which could become active anytime.
True.
Absolutely, yeah. Used to be that all of that was taught regularly in elementary school, but I don't know that it is anymore.
Hmm. Well, one thing some people don't realize is they go back, they were doing a documentary on the Bible. And you remember when they had the floods and the plague and all of that?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, all of that was started by a small volcano in the not the Red Sea, the Mediterranean, that exploded, and the fallout from it is what caused the fish to die, for the frogs to basically invade the land, and it brought the locusts in and all the rest of that. So they proved that it actually did happen.
Absolutely. It was about 5, 6 years ago, maybe. They were doing some underwater archaeology stuff down in the Red Sea, where the supposedly the Egyptian soldiers all died when they were chasing the Hebrews,
Yeah.
and they found about 1,000 Roman or Egyptian chariots and the remains of horses and soldiers, all in one area,
Yeah.
which lends to the truthfulness of the story.
In answer to your question about have I posted anything new lately, not on YouTube. I did put a post on Facebook of where I took a sphere and turned it into basically a cube with a star inside.
Ronald Todd has said, "It sounds like we were watching the Galloping Gourmet. The subjects change all the time in this show, Ron."
Yes, definitely. Let's see, we've covered politics, food, the weather, volcanoes, chemistry with the makeup of the
ebonizing fluid.
Yeah, the word escaped my mind for a moment there. And Mike McEwen's joined us. Hi, Mike.
Evening, Mike.
I like gold.
Gav said that's my nickname, Molten Rock. Not 'cause I'm hot, tough, just a slow-moving mess.
I like that one, Gav.
Hey, Gav, it's good to have you in today.
And Lucy said she's called Half Pint.
Half pint of Guinness, a half pint of.
It doesn't really matter with Lucy. It's still half pint. I mean, I've met Lucy quite a few times, and she is as tall as a half pint.
That's about right.
So what am I, about a 3/4 pint?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
No, Heather, that isn't my itty bitty star. And actually, I made two of those itty bitty stars. They're about the size of a dime. And unfortunately, somebody has nicked one of them.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Oh, let's see, where'd they go?
Mike says he was called a half pint too for a while on account of how he used to drink.
On account of how he used to drink JD.
Okay.
Half a pint at a time, huh?
Half a pint at a time, yeah. No, that takes some doing.
Yeah, you're right. The only thing not covered so far is what's for dinner. If we start talking about that, I'm going to get hungry.
Lucy also gets called Frodo, Short Stack, and Shrimpy.
And Mike says he dropped his star today and did that slow motion no as it fell to the
Absolutely.
ground. Fortunately, there was no damage.
Ron's asking Doug, is the outside getting any darker?
It is. I'll show it to you here in just a minute. Yes, it has darkened up nicely. It's not black by any means. It's not ebony. One nice thing about this, though, if you put it on and it's not dark enough, you can add more, and it will
Yep,
darken some more.
exactly.
Or you can put dye over it. I've seen a lot of people do that. If they really want a black, they'll start with this, and then they'll put a black dye over the top of that, and it really comes out really nice and black. Or you can do the like Ron Soleil talked or Mark Soleil talked about using the shoe dye, which is a super black.
Now, Gava said, if I drank JD by the half pint, my name would be, you have the right to remain silent. And Pete's just come in. Good morning, Pete.
Good morning, Pete. We all know him so well.
Well, I got accused of drinking Pat Carroll under the table one night. But what Pat neglected to mention was the fact I was drinking half pints and he was drinking full pints.
Okay, there's the inside. No treatment other than sanding. There's the outside.
Oh, yes, that has darkened up nicely.
It did. It took it a minute, but it did it. I had no idea if it would do anything or not, but it.
Are you going to make it darker?
Probably not.
Ed is asking, are there any finishes that can't be used over the vinegar or over the ebonizing fluid? Not that I'm aware of, Fred. I think you can use any finish you want.
I think so as well.
Just make sure that it's dried out totally.
Yeah, you might first few times you use it, you might put some on a scrap just to make sure that your normal finishes won't react. But typically, it's fairly inert.
Zed says that's got some nice grain pattern to it, Doug.
It is. It's kind of interesting stuff. For something that's found was on a firewood pile, intended to be burned. Just making sure all the dust is out. On the inside, I'm going to use some of this new color. This is Salisbury Crafts. Try to get it where you can see it.
Looks like blue.
Yeah, this one is blue. It comes in several colors. I've only got 4. I've got blue, red, yellow, and green. There are other colors, and he's coming out with new colors all the time, as well as some brand new products. It's not. At first, it was his marker pens, and then there was the airbrush refills, which that's what this is. No, this is the marker pen refill, because it's a little thinner than the airbrush stuff. It doesn't have quite as heavy a pigment in it.
Now, which brand is this again?
Salisbury Crafts. Jay, they're in Australia, is producing it. He was one of Robo's proteges, and Jay he just kind of fell in love with color, and so he started making these colors. And as you can see already, they are quite vibrant.
Oh, they are. Now, Micah said oak fumed in ammonia has a great, rich, dark brown color that I keep on forgetting to try. And then he's put in chocolate for the dark brown color. Now, the thing that you have to be aware of, if you are going to fume oak in ammonia, you really need to do it outside in a very, very outside. I was going to say a well ventilated area, but no, not in a well ventilated area. Do it outside.
Yeah,
Chris Charlton is saying, I wonder how Robbo is, and not heard from him for a while. He's had a couple of posts up in the last couple of days, Chris. I think he had a bit of an accident, got smacked in the head. Some nice, friendly person of his bought him a pink bike helmet to wear.
Now that sounds like something Jay would have done. Yeah, I asked Jay just recently because I had not heard either about Robo, what was going on. I knew he had quite a number of medical setbacks. Robo basically has stopped turning. Still goes to turning shows and the like, but he doesn't have stamina, I guess, to stand at the lathe any longer. When he goes out, he's usually in a wheelchair or a cart.
He did
So,
invite me to come by and visit with him when I get over there in a couple months.
yeah.
I wondered that.
So,
I don't know if he went to Turnfest or not. Turnfest was on just this past weekend.
Yeah, I think he did.
Because Gary Lowe, who's also from Scotland, he was across there for us.
I think Gary Lance was as well.
Glenn Lucas was across there for us.
Now Ray says when he fumed red oak, it turned gray on him. He just had a video on it, and he hears that it affects white oak more.
Using a brush just to get into some of these little crevices here. It seems like I remember way back when I first started hearing about fuming oak. Wasn't there something about using some CA as well? Like
I'm not
cap.
too,
Seems like they talked about using a cap full of CA and a small container of ammonia, and you close that up in the plastic bag. I don't know. It's been so long.
Tell you,
I don't
it's
remember.
something I've. Once I heard it was pretty dangerous and need to be in a really well ventilated area, I thought, no, I'm not even going to go there.
Right. Fully understand that. I got tricked when I was in high school to sniff a bottle of ammonia, not ammonia, but ammonia, the pure form of it.
And your sinuses are still clear.
They're still messed up. Yeah. I thought I'd never quit coughing that day. That was rough. Kid that knew better. I didn't have a clue. He talked me into it. He said, it just smells like household cleaner. I said, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
But I did it anyway. That age, 16, 17 years old, you're invincible. You can do anything.
Well, we were, weren't we?
No.
Just about. I'm still here.
Yeah, still here. Saw where one of my college friends put on Facebook something about one more year till he's in the Medicare generation, which is 65. And I thought, dude, you don't even know. I'm there.
Yeah, Todd's just put in that Terry is still invincible.
True.
All right, I think I'm at the point of quitting. Now, one of the nice things is these colors are water soluble. They're non-toxic. Here in the States, you can get them from, I think it's BaileyWoodwork.com. Chris Bailey basically has the franchise. Outside of the United States, you get them directly from Jay. If you just look up Salisbury Crafts colors, you'll find them. It's pretty easy to find if you're interested. and there's no more water in my water pot, so I'll get that later. Let's get another paper towel.
What are you going to do with the rim, Doug?
I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it plain. So I'll hit it with some sandpaper here once this is dry. And
have you got any of the blue actually soaking through onto the rim?
Just a couple little spots where I slopped. It's not so much where it bled through or anything, but where I slopped it. And there's not a lot that came off. I'm real happy with that. So I'll just put it back. I'm still at 525 where I sanded at. Take a little piece of 240 and just hit it, the rim, just a little bit. Then we'll get some little bit of magic spray. Some people would say, "What's that for?" And I would say, "To start conversations."
Conversation starter. Sand and sealer.
Yeah.
That's what he's using.
Yeah. And of course, it's soaking right in like nobody's business.
Yeah, like he usually does on punky wood.
Yeah, yeah. Plus the wood is just so dry. Feels like I'm spraying a ton on there, but it's really, I'm serious, it's soaking straight in most places. Anyway, you get an idea there of what we got. Nice.
That's nice. That's turned out nice.
Lovely blue, and you got that nice dark brown, and you do have a hint of the actual color of the wood around the rim, and there will be on the bottom when I take the tenon off as well.
That's an interesting brown on the back. I like that.
It is. Yeah, I like that as well.
It's kind of natural. Let me switch cameras here. You can think you'll see it better. There we go. There's the brown. Of course, where it's shiny, that's where the sanding sealer didn't soak straight into the wood. Then the blue and the natural. Looks like I need to sand that rim just a hair more. There's still a little blue on it. But anyway, there you have it. There you have it. All in an hour and 2 minutes. So we're okay. And it stayed together.
The small wood lotter said, back in the Marines, they had us cleaning bathrooms with liquid bleach and ammonia, and my lungs have never been the same since.
Yes, that actually creates hydrogen, which is not a good thing to be breathing.
And I still use that combo for cleaning my teacup.
Do you really?
Do you?
Ammonia and Clorox. Ugh. That's dangerous, Ruby. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and Ray has said, very cool piece. Glad I got to catch this. These guys need a ride, so back to work. See you later.
Bye, Ray. See you tomorrow, I hope. All right. Yeah, Ray's a heavy equipment operator, and particularly cranes. And so, yeah, they call him to work. It's usually quite a drive to get there, and then he has to come home. So anyhow, that's it. It turned out, I'm surprised. I'm happily surprised. The ebonizing fluid on this wood turned out, I think, beautifully. Just a nice,
I agree, Doug. It really did.
Yeah, and that color is great too.
And I love that blue. That blue is gorgeous. And the thing is, with a piece of wood with a higher tannin content, you're going to get a darker effect with that.
Yes, I've got some pieces of oak here. One of them, well, I'll do some of the oak that I've got with it. I've got one that came from North Carolina from when Helene went through and knocked down so many trees there in western North Carolina. I'm debating on that one, but I've got a piece of live oak that a fellow brought me from the Gulf Coast. So I may well use it on some of that. But I like it on this. It just, to me, it gave it a natural dark brown wood color.
You know, it might be nice if you had an oak bowl and you outlined a section about a third of the way down, and then just stain that with the vinegar.
Ah, yeah. Probably would need to put 2 grooves in there and burn it, and then very carefully paint the stuff on in between the grooves.
Yeah.
Um, I think that might do it. Huh, there is a crack there.
Now, Mike has just come in and said, and this is going to be a future project for Mike. I just found out it's possible to construct an egg shape in any polyhedron. That should be fun to figure out.
Go for it, Mike. Have a good time. All right. Well, thank you all. It's been good. This has worked out really nice, and I'm tell you, I'm happy that it held together. Just saw where it has cracked in one spot, right on the rim here somewhere. Yeah, right there. But I think it's the dryness of the wood, and then adding not only the ebonizing fluid on the back, but the dye on the inside,
Yeah,
or the color on
you've
the
got
inside.
loads and loads of nice comments coming through here, Doug.
Well, that's great. I will come back and read through these before I close all of that out. So thank you, everybody. If you would, be sure to hit the like button. And if you would, after all this is over, if you'll come back in and put something in the comments section. Some weird things have been going on in the analytics, and I think that might help if folks put some comments in the analytics.
The thing is, with when people do lives, you can't actually put stuff in the comment section in the live, so you got to wait until the live finishes, then go back into it so you can make a comment.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting how all that works. And the analytics, YouTube has changed their analytics. It seems like they change them every week, and so yeah. I'm not doing it for anything, any awards or rewards or anything like that from YouTube, but I hate to see things going backwards. So anyhow, that's what they're doing right now. Everything's going backwards for some reason. So who knows? Who knows? As Jamie says, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with your enemies if you have any, and who knows? It might work out just fine. So with that, I'm going to say good night. Hope to see you again next week, and may even see you sometime between now and then. So with that, I'm going to say good night, and I'll let these other guys say good night as well.
Night, night, everyone.
Y'all have a great week. Bye-bye.